It's been a while, Andrea, and today we'll be reporting about the characteristics of a research report. And before anything else, we will have Coco to explain what is the meaning of a research report.
Key consideration factors or the factors while preparing research report. Following issues must be considered: the objectives, type of problem or the subject, nature and the type of research, audience or the users of the research work, size of report, form or of writing, handwritten, typed or computerized, time and cost, language, contents of report, order of contents, number of copies, formats, type size of paper, length, width, and depth of reports, and the pattern of the writing including paragraph, indent, numbering, font size, type or the coloring, and etc. Binding for the soft and the particularly for the hard copy. Type, quality of material, color, and etc. and related issues.
And to furthermore explain the meaning of a research report, I have another meaning for you.
Before moving on to the characteristics of a good research report, let me give you another meaning of the research report. Research report is a written document containing key factors for the said study. It is the medium in which the researchers can easily communicate one another. It also serves as a viable source for future research and their future projects. Oftentimes, research findings are not allowed due to it being improper. It requires a good deal of knowledge, imagination, experience, and expertise to prepare one. In simpler words, research report is a systematic, articulate, and orderly presentation of research work in a written form. Or simply, research report is a research document that contains basic aspects of the research project. Research report requires relevant and strong facts and information on the research work carried out. It may be in form of handwritten, typed, or computerized.
Now, moving on to the main point of this report, here are the characteristics of a good report. Our member Leia will be explaining the first characteristic of a good research report, which is attractive.
The ultimate aim of any type of structured writing is to convey your meaning clearly, without ambiguity. You want readers to be able to understand what you are saying with the minimum of effort. You should therefore aim for crisp, precise text using plain English and shorter words rather than longer with short sentences.
For the second characteristic, which is clear topic, will also be explained by Leia.
Be precise. You will lose your reader if what you mean is not crystal clear. Be concise. Don't use 3 words when one will do. Keep it simple. Don't try to cram sentences with multiple concepts as they can lead to confusion. When writing a report, your aim should be to be absolutely clear. Above all, it should be easy to read and understand, even to someone with little knowledge of the subject area.
And for our third characteristic, Reynel Vivian will share her explanation about balanced language.
Balanced language. Researchers must use a suitable language. Language should be selected as per its target users. The researchers must use a language structure that is both coherent and understandable to the target audience as to avoid confusion and misunderstanding.
Our fourth characteristic, which is no repetition of facts, will also be explained by Reynel Vivian.
No repetition of facts. The researcher must be clear, coherent, and concise in the presentation of the facts without repeating said facts more than once. Repeating facts is different matter. It's far more deleterious to your argument than monotonous praising, because by bringing up the same fact twice can create different effects in the variation of the message you are trying to prove.
For our fifth characteristic, which is statement of scientific facts, John Russell prepared the explanation for this.
Statement of scientific facts. Number 1. A good report is always factual, meaning all the things that you've included in your report has a factual information, true to life or true. So number 2. The findings, conclusions, and recommendation included in the report should be supported by information and data collected from reliable source. Means all the things that you put in your report you must include where it came from, whether it from internet, you must include references, links, or from books. You must include pages, what that book is. Statistical tables should support statements made in the report. So everything that you put in your report, just like what I have said earlier, it should have proof and proof. Attention needs to be given to these reliability aspects in report writing. So in this kind of writing, we need to put our attention so that we can understand what is the purpose of this.
Moving on, I will explain to you the sixth characteristic of a good research report, which is practicability.
Another characteristic of a good research report is practicability. Practicability simply means the capable of being useful, effective, or put into practice with the available means or feasible. Research report should also be capable of being used and what it meant to be used for. In research, practicability is used the same way. For example, what is the motive or purpose of your title? Can it make people's lives better? Practicability basically deals with the motive of your study, and it is likely feasible for the humankind. If not, then what's the point? It should clearly state the use of your study and how it would be beneficial and or the betterment for the human race.
Jayron will be explaining the last characteristic of a good research report, which is the description of difficulties and the shortcomings.
Having a lengthy report is not necessarily a good report. What I mean is, in making a report, it doesn't matter if you have a short or long report. The most important thing is the content. My topic is all about description of the difficulties and the shortcomings. I will discuss some tips in making a report in research writing. The content of your report should be detailed and well discussed. If your report is brief, it doesn't mean your report is senseless. That should have a compact document. Compact document will show the main thought of your report to the reader. At the same time, it should give complete picture of the problem under investigation. And also, the words used in your report should be understandable, and avoid use of unfamiliar terminology for the sake of the variation of readers' comprehension.
And that would be all for our video report of the characteristics of a research report. I hope that all of you learned the 7 common characteristics and as well as understand each and one of it. For further more questions, clarifications, and confusions, please don't hesitate to reach us through Messenger. Thank you for listening and always keep safe.